Hello everybody, this is test route number 2 for Leicester, Tigers Road, and we're just coming out of the test centre here now, and we're turning left onto Tigers Road, and then as a mini roundabout just here we'll turn right, and that will take us onto Saffron Road then. So we're just turning right here, around we go onto Saffron Road. So this is test route number 2 of 15 for Leicester. If you want to see the other 14, just subscribe, and there's also videos about the pork pie island there at the moment, and all the Leicester ones will be on there eventually, and there'll be other bits and pieces as well. The test route is listed out in the description below, so you can have a look at that as well. And these are the 15 most recently published test routes from the DVSA, the people that conduct the tests. So we're coming down to the end of Saffron Road now, and we're going to turn left at the traffic lights. Just going to join the back of this queue. So when we go through these lights, we're going to turn left and then right immediately, and that will take us in towards Countesthorpe. So left here is to St Thomas Road, and then right takes us into Countesthorpe Road. Light shouldn't take too long actually. It is a Friday afternoon, so that might make the traffic a little more heavy than usual, but here we go, the lights have now turned to green. We can see there's a green arrow on our direction. That means that everything else that would concern us will be on red, so that's going to be fine. We can just ease our way through there, over the crossing, and then we're going to turn right from this is what's called St Thomas Road into Countesthorpe Road, and actually this time our lights are on green and we can just go around there. So now that we're in Countesthorpe Road, the next instruction will be to take the next available left, sorry, the second left, not the next one. So here we are, so we're just turning left here into Timber Street. And Timber Street is a one-way street. You can see there's a learner car in front of us who's just pulling up so we can go around there. And I'm just going to let this fella do his job. That's it. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. It's taken us all the way to the end of Timber Street. Now, Timber Street is a one-way street. And of course, when you're on a one-way street, they'll ask you to turn right at the end of it, because that means you'll be in a different position to normal. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to turn at the end of the road, we're going to turn right. All these kids on their bikes do what they're doing, that's it. So we're all the way over to the right-hand side. Just checking both ways, making sure it is all clear. Not quite yet. There you go, it is all clear now. So we're turning right there, and that's going to take us into Canal Street. So we're in South Wigston, we're on Canal Street, and we're heading toward Countesthorpe. We come all the way to the end of Canal Street here, and when we get to the end, we'll be turning left. So that takes us back onto Countesthorpe Road. So we're turning left here. It's a bit blind from the right hand side, but oh, there you go, someone just turned up, and now they've turned off, and now we can go. There you go. People come around here very, very quickly, because Countesthorpe Road does turn into a quick road in the end. So we're going to follow this around out of South Wigston, And you can see here is where the speed limit changes from a 30 road into a 60 road, where the national speed limit applies. But you know, we've still got to get over these humpback bridges, over the canals and over the rivers, and around we go. So we've got a raised walkway there. That's in case it floods along this road, so that will give you a clue as to what happens sometimes along here. So this is 60 road, and we just need to get moving then. So the reason they'll bring you out onto roads like this is to see if you have the confidence really to get moving and to keep up with the speed of the road. So just right now, you know, we're doing 50, just over 50, and we're getting a little bit quicker. We're going to build the speed up, it's clear in front of us, and we can get the speed up to around 60 miles an hour. But now, as soon as we've done that, it changes back to 40. So we're just going to allow the car to slow down a bit, and we're back into the 40 zone now. With the traffic lights, then we're going to go straight ahead, staying on Countesthorpe Road. Just give these lights time to go through their sequence. There they go. We can move on. So remembering that we're not 60 anymore, are we? We're on a 40 zone still now. So we're going to just carry along here at 40 miles an hour. And again, you know, if the road's clear ahead of you, you must try and get up to the speed, and it's a straight road, and you know, if the conditions allow, you must try and get up to the speed limit. But here is now where it changes back to 30. So you can see what they're doing here, can't you? They're testing if you're looking at the signs and you know what the road signs are and what they mean and how they apply to you. So along here there's a mini roundabout, and we're going to be turning left, taking the first exit on the mini roundabout there. So we're on Countesthorpe Road, mini roundabout, we're turning left, and that's going to take us into Foston Road. And as we drive along Foston Road, then in a few moments we're going to be turning right. I think it's Roseway or Rosemead or something like that. Here it is, Rosebank. Got it wrong again. Rosebank Road. We're turning right into Rosebank Road. So Rosebank Road, as you can see, is where you might be doing some of your reversing manoeuvres. So there's opportunities here to do parallel parks and things like that. So again, don't be surprised if they use this road for that. And as we go along, we're looking for a road called, I think it's called Sky Drive, Skyway. It's just around the bend here somewhere. And there it is, just down there, Skyway. So we're going to take the next road on the right, just by the pillar box here, the Royal Mail pillar box. We're going to turn right there into Skyway. And we'll be travelling all the way to the end of Skyway, where we're going to be turning right. So let's just get to the end here. It's not a very long road, this one. And the end of the road here at Skyway takes us into Scotland Way. There's a cyclist on our left. I'm just going to allow him to go past us. There you go. And then we're going to come out here onto Scotland Way. Now you can see what the road does here. I'm just going to slow the car down. There's no one behind us, so it's okay. You can see what the road does. It bends around to the left, and we're going to bend around to the left with it. And just along here, you see we're on a one-way road, but there is a line here, so let's just look over your shoulder like a blind spot check and make sure that it's safe to move out. Remember, we're on a one-way street now. We're going to turn right at the end of it. This is Church Street. We're turning right at the end, but as you can see, you'll see a roundabout directly on your right. We're going to turn left at that roundabout, so we're going to inch out here bit by bit, making sure it's clear, and then we're going to indicate left to go on the roundabout. We'll go along here past the square and along this road, which is now Station Road. So that little bit down there, at the back there, at the end of Scotland Way, I would advise you and your to speak to your instructor or whoever it is that's helping you with your lessons to take you along there, because it's quite a tricky little junction, that one. And you know, if you've not practiced it, it'll be the one that comes up on your test. You know that's how life works. So now we've got to just hang on a few seconds, just while these temporary lights change back into our favour. So we're on Station Road, and we're going to end up going all the way to the end of Station Road, and that will take us. Oh, the lights have changed. There you go. It takes us back into Countesthorpe. So it's a fairly long road to go down, this says. I'm just going to see what this van's doing. I'm going to let him move out and go round. Good, giving him more room than he needs, and then that leaves me with a nice big space to move into as well. That's what we need, really, don't we? We need as much space to move into as possible, and we can do that just by easing off sometimes and just slowing down sometimes, letting people get through first. Just make life easy for yourself, really. This is a 30-mile-an-hour road all the way along here, so we're going to keep it really steady. There's speed bumps as well. That's it, there's one for instance. And we're just going to drive along here. On the speed bumps, you want the car to be around or just under 20 miles an hour as you go over them and as you go down the other side on them as well. Just because that's, you know, that's going to be just nice to the car, really. So we're coming towards the end of this road now, and when we get to the end of the road, we're going to be turning right. So we'll come to the end of the road here, and at the end of Station Road, really, we're going to turn right. It's actually turned into Cosby Road at some point down there, but we're turning right into Winchester Road. And that's going to take us past Countesthorpe College, which is on the right. Sorry, it's not on the right, it's on the left. Dearie me, it's been a long week, what can I say? And again, we're going to travel quite a long way down this road, quite a long way. Lots of speed bumps along here as well. Remember to keep your speed down, you know, over the speed bumps. You want to be just under 20 really, just to be nice to the car. And where you've got these ones that are kind of split into three, just try and get down the centre of them, so you're not, you know, going over get the speed bump down the centre of the car, shall I say, so that you're not going over the high part of the speed bump. Just make it easy for yourself. So we're still on Winchester Road. We're following this out of Countesthorpe really, and along toward Blaby. Another speed bump coming up. The speed limit has just changed now from 30 to 40, and you can see the sign on our left which tells us we're now entering into Blaby. And again, already the speed changes back to 30. So you see the speed limit signs on either side of the road, kind of opposite each other. That's like a gateway, you could say. That's a gateway, and that's where the speed limit changes. Following this road down, and again, this is quite a long way down this road that we have to follow here. You maybe have to pull in and park and pull off again at some point down here, just because it's a little bit of a busier road. It's not dead busy, but you know, there is always cars coming up and down it, so it's kind of a cut through between Blaby and Countesthorpe. So it just means that if you are to pull in and then pull away again, you must look for a gap in the traffic that's going to allow you to do that. Now we're coming up to a mini roundabout now, and we're going to turn left at the mini roundabout. That's going to be the first exit by the metal grey gates. Looking for a space or a block, there's our space, and that's going to take us into Westem Drive. And following this road along here. Just along Westem Drive here, you can see there's a zebra crossing, and we just look at it, either side of the crossing doesn't seem to be anybody waiting, so we're just going to go through, and that's fine. And then when we get to the end of Westem Drive, we're going to turn left. So Westem Drive, end of road, turn left, and that's going to take us into Lutterworth Road. Along this road in Blaby, we're heading away from the Blaby kind of town centre where all the shops are, out towards the countryside really, and it's a 30-mile-an-hour zone. This is 30 miles an hour, so quite easy, because given the width of the road, to imagine that it's more than 30. It isn't, it is a 30, so do make sure that you don't break the speed limit along here, because your examiner will be watching. So we have a few signs coming up, and one says the road narrows from both sides, and another one says there's speed bumps on the road. But then just after that, there's more signs, a gateway signs again, for a speed limit change. And here's where the road narrows from both sides. We're just going to allow this Nissan to come through here. Even though we've got equal priority, we're going to be the nice people that give way. You're very welcome, sir. And this is where the speed then changes from 30 to 40, and we can go a little bit quicker. As we come down here, we can see then that we're coming to a roundabout. We're going to turn right at the roundabout. That'll be the third exit, and it's going to take us on to the Blaby Bypass. So we're turning right at the roundabout, third exit. Signal back on. So there's the first exit. We're coming up to the second exit. As we come up to the second one, we're checking the left mirrors, signal for left, check your left mirror again, and then move into that left lane. Always check your left mirror again. It's called a lifesaver look, and if you don't do it, you won't pass, and if you do it, you won't crash. So many benefits to it, many benefits. Alright, so we're on a 50 road now, and we're coming up to a next roundabout. We're going to turn right again. So here we all need to change lanes. So it's going to be mirrors, signal, mirror again, and then move. So again, check that mirror again, very important. And this is where we change back from 50 to 30. We must make sure we're doing 30 or below as we pass the signs. And we're indicating up for right still, because we're turning right at the roundabout. Again, it's going to be the third exit. It's Grove Road. So this is the first exit we're passing here now, and as we're approaching the second exit, then we're going to check the left mirrors, indicate down for left, check the left mirror again, and then move into the left. Lifesaver look, please don't forget to do it. There we go, so we're back onto Grove Road now, and it's a 30-mile-an-hour zone again. Over the speed bump. This is taking us back into Blaby, really. Okay, so we're on the Blaby Bypass just now. We've turned right at the roundabout, taking the third exit, and we're coming up Grove Road now. And we're going to go all the way to the end of this road. More speed bumps there. Try and get back into the left as much as possible. And again, I'm just going to ease off and allow the Audi to come through, giving him lots of room, leaving me lots of room. Okay, so at the end of the road, we're going to turn left. And then that takes us back onto Lutterworth Road. But this time, we're heading toward the shops, toward the Blaby town centre. Still a 30 zone. So we're going to keep it at that. Just following the road. As we come into the town centre here, the first thing we see is there's a mini roundabout, and we're just going to go straight ahead at these, taking us through the town centre then. So again, we're looking for a space or a blocker. All seems to be clear, and we'll go through there. Over the crossing also seems to be clear, and then we've got some traffic lights at the crossroads here, and we're going to go straight ahead at the lights, taking us through the town centre and out the other side. Stop so as I can still see the tyres of the Audi on the road in front of us. Lights have gone to green, and we can now carry on. So, and he's gone, so we can now go through. There we are. Now we're coming up to a roundabout here, and this is what I think is one of the more dangerous roundabouts in this whole kind of test area. We're going to go straight ahead, and you can't see to your right. It's not until you get really close up that you can see about here to your right. So we're looking for a space or a blocker now. We're in first gear, and we're just going to ease forward very gently. So that roundabout there, just on that kind of fork in the road, is quite a dangerous one. We're now on Leicester Road, by the way. I'm going to turn right at the roundabout, and where we turn right at the roundabout, it's going to take us, we'll still be on Leicester Road, but further along it's Lutterworth Road. It's a bit of a strange one, really. So we were on Lutterworth Road, we're now on Leicester Road. Turn right, we're going to be back on Lutterworth Road, but there it is. We're turning right at the roundabout, which will take us under the railway bridge. Mirror signal, mirror, move over. Okay, that's that one. So under the railway bridge, we're heading now out of Blaby and back towards kind of Leicester, really, or Glen, I suppose you could say. And we're going to turn right at these lights. So you'll know this road is Lutterworth Road. It is actually officially Leicester Road, but it's just a weird way that they've named the roads. So I'm stopping here because just in front of us is where the cycle track is. Can't stop there. And just in front of that is where there is a crossing. So I'm going to make sure I get over the crossing. I over the yellow box junction, and then that means that then I can turn right here, and that turns me into Little Glen Road. So if you know this area at all, you turn into Little Glen Road, and you'll know that this is taking you back now towards the test centre. And you will have also realised that you've been on the test route for quite some time, really, and that it must be nearly over. And it is nearly over. So this is a 30 road, and we're just going to follow this road along. One of the things about Little Glen Road is it's got these, just under this railway bridge, or just on approach to it, it's got these kind of chicanes in the road here, and you've got to try and make sure that you don't hit the curb there with your passenger side front wheel or your near side front wheel. Okay, so just be careful of that, but go slow enough to make sure that doesn't happen. And there's another one here as you come out the other side, and you'll notice then there's lots of chips and cracks in that curb there where people have got that wrong. So just for future reference, take care of your car, don't hit that with your wheel, which will do some real damage to it. Then there's another mini roundabout coming up. We're just going to go straight ahead now at the mini roundabout. We're looking for people that might be turning right from ahead of us. No one's doing that, that's fine. So we can go through. Over the humpback bridge. So this is over the canal, really, over the canal there, and then we're going to go to another mini roundabout, and again we're going straight ahead, and again we're looking for anyone oncoming that's indicated right, and obviously that's not happening now, so we can go through there. And going to take ourselves out of the we're still on Little Glen Road. We're following the road all the way around to the test centre, or to the road where the test centre is anyway. And it's a 30 road all the way along. And again, along here you're going to see a sign which says in a black box, it will say 20. That's an advisory speed limit. That's giving you a bit of a clue. And it's saying really that there's, you know, at the school times, at the kind of school run times, try and do just 20 or under, because there'll be lots of children milling around at this point. As it is today, it's a half term, so there's nobody there, and we can just carry on. Obviously we're slowing down now because the traffic is queuing up at these traffic lights. When we do get to the lights just by the garage, we're going to turn left. Turning left here, around into this road. Well, there you go, sir. You're very welcome. And your mates, go on then, there you go. Hey, it's Friday afternoon. There we are. So, we're on that Saffron Road now. And we're just going to follow this road along, and this is going to take us back up to Tigers Road, where we're just going to turn left, and that will take us then into Tigers Road. So it's not this one, it's the one after this one. There's a mini roundabout there, and so it's left of the mini roundabout. And then that takes us back into Tigers Road, like this, and around by the test centre. So what will happen now is you'll turn right into the test centre car park, and that's test route number 2, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be test route number 3.